Hey, Griffin Skate here. I'm going to do a video on 1970s parts and our sleeved washers. And the reason for this is for kind of like a two-parter. And one of the things is to just talk about ill-fitting parts and where they came from and where we are today. And you have to kind of peel back the onion with the skateboard to really kind of understand where we're at right now. And so a lot of parts back in the old days, especially back in the 1960s and 70s, were kind of an afterthought. And so we're going to focus on some of the afterthoughts. So first is the 1970s Kingpin. Now, it's a bolt. Let's be quite honest. And it's a grade 5. So it's a weak bolt. And then it has these large threads. And so that's the Kingpin of the 1970s. These are two 1970s Bennett bushings. The reason why I'm doing Bennett bushings is because these were called rubbers back in the old days. This one had a bent bent washer. You can see, and actually you can even see the cut lines of where they cut the actual bushing out. It's kind of cool. But anyways, this is blown out, and it's because it had a bent washer, and it was over cranked, way over cranked down. And that's common because these were inverted kingpins, so they went into the base plate that way with a nut tightening it down. So the harder you tightened it down, the more cranked the bushing would get. Alright, and then this one is also a top. And this one's blown out too. Over cranked down and way overblown. And the reason why is because of the inverted kingpin, and it's also because of the washers that they used back then were oversized holes and oversized a little bit on the actual washer, and so they would grind up against your hanger. And that oversized hole would just slap around on that bolt all day long. See how oversized it is? Like, you can see the half moon. And so what that would do is that would blow out the bushing. So that's why we're talking about this, because these afterthoughts really caused a lot of damage for bushings. Well, that's still pretty much the same as today. I mean, you see overcranked bushings and they only last like a couple, most 6 months maybe on if they're being ridden hard. But I've seen, bushings that guys blow through it every 6 months, every year, but usually you can get a good year or so out of bushing. I've had bushings for years and they're still usable. So anyways, yes, this sleeve right here, let's see if it grips on an old school Kingpin, just out of curiosity, is designed to have no slop. Look at that. Can't even, no slop. And so that is going to slow down. Oh, there's a little bit of movement, but it's not like it was. But this gripping, that bushing, is going to keep that from blowing out. It's going to give it better rebound. And you're not going to have to buy a bunch of bushings as often because your bushings won't wear as bad as ill-fitting parts or afterthoughts. So anyways, this is Griffin Skate Out.